That is the major challenge. Otherwise, our duty is to direct traffic. So when the traffic lights are not functioning, then we are there to provide hand signals to control the traffic.
In response, authorities embarked on a tour to assess the situation and identified some contributing factors.
We are having bent cables due to refuse that people are burning in the chambers. We are having theft. People just even open some of the chambers, they cut the cables. Nowadays, people find street light, traffic signals, poles as the comfort zone when there's an emergency.
Director of the Urban Roads Department of the Otusenya East Municipal Assembly disclosed to ChannelOne News that some of the signal lights need to be replaced entirely.
Some of them had gone off as a result of some accident, so obviously some of them would have to be replaced. Some of them visually you could see that they are okay, but the team indicate that they have to do some further assessment on them.
The municipal chief executive of Kaswa, Seth Sabasawono Banini, assured that the traffic light system will soon be restored.
We have also seen that some vehicles have knocked down the traffic thing. And so what we are going to do is to propose a reinforcement so that there wouldn't be a direct impact to either the traffic light system or the poles itself.
So you just saw the really disturbing story there where school children have been, knocked down in some instances in the Kaswa Wutusenya East municipality. Thankfully, we have our correspondent, Akwesi Ado, on the line to shed some more light on this particular report he found on the ChannelOne newsroom. Good morning, Akwesi, and welcome to Sunday Breakfast.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing great by the grace.
Yes, I'm doing quite well. We just really played your report on the Kaswa stretch and the story around children, the safety risks involved. How did this report come to your attention, right? And what other, issues around the story can you report for us?
Okay, so the issue of traffic lights have been ongoing for several years, and I realized it took center stage in most conversations, especially on various residential WhatsApp platforms. So residents kept discussing this matter, and surprisingly, this signal lights went off some for as far back as about 4 years ago. Yet authorities took no action. So one fine morning, we decided to interrogate into this whole issue. And then as a voluntary intersection, this is one of the biggest intersections here in Kaswa, especially within the central part of town. So we got voluntary junction, and then we found this volunteer traffic warden by name Emmanuel Benson, who was aiding two children as well as the agents across that particular intersection. And just within that area, which is known as Odukongsehe Zongo, we also have a cluster of schools. So we have the Zion A and B basic school, then we have the Odukongsehe MA basic school also. So it means we have 3 schools in the same cluster. And we have over 1,500 children crossing the road in the morning and then in the evening. So we spoke to Emmanuel and he told us that right before his house, they have witnessed about 5 school children being locked down by visitors. And then we also mentioned that if the agent those who cannot walk so fast to cross the road, the number of them had also been locked down. Then we also realized that.
No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Yes. So then we also realized that apart from the voluntary intersection area, the signal light at the Adankope, which is where it's mostly referred to as high tension, that signal lights were also off. Then the light at the Obatampa radio area, that is on the Omomu Road also, the signals are off. Then we have one at the old market, that is the Zukat area, to the pedestrian crossing, that is also off. Then another one agricultural polyclinic is also off. Then we have another signal light on the main as well Winneba Highway. So we have one at the TP junction. That is also all these lights have not been functioning for over 4 years now. And especially those on the, so you know the Kalsabodiase Highway, where Adampofe or high tension is. It's also a busy stretch because it's a new market, and then we have several other communities that is of our but we are through to the eastern region. We have that is a busy road, so vehicles were crashing. And then the one on the Wound Road also, we had a number of road crashes occurring at that particular intersection. So this is what inspired us to look into this very story.
Interesting. Quite a comprehensive report on the state of traffic lights in the area. Have you engaged the assembly? Because they are also mandated to ensure they work with other state agencies to address some of these concerns. The road safety, we know, is embarking on some form of awareness creation, visiting, areas where there are serious safety and, and hazardous concerns on our roads. What's been the engagement, or what's been the feedback from the assembly, particularly on the issues around street markings and street lights to make it more friendly for children, especially, to be able to cross the road?
So, as personally speaking, this is the second time I am doing this just within this year. So, sometime around April, I did a similar story. At the time, the MCA wasn't in office yet. That is set. Somebody say, Banning is a council MC. But I recall that when he has been office, he told me and then told me that he's seen the report I did and that something is being done about it. So, just last week, we had a team of technicians coming from the highway authority to the urban road department. And then what they did was to conduct an assessment of the traffic light system at the various intersections to find out what really are wrong with each of the signal lights at the various intersections. And what we were told is that trading activities within the CBD area is a major contributing factor because the control systems that are in charge signal light themselves have been one way or the other altered by these traders. And some of the poles that have the signal lights have also been removed. So what the assembly, the MCA, is telling us is that some of these traffic light systems may need total replacement, and then the others we don't have to conduct some work on it to ensure that they are about to act. But if we are able to extend this whole issue, you realize the Kasua from the main Kasua Township due to the process that is on the Accra state due to broadcast, the number of road crashes we've been recorded on this particular stretch is very scary because one, we do not have foot bridges for pedestrians, and then two, the road markings have been depleted. There are no traffic lights on the stretch to aid pedestrian crossing, and almost every week there's a lockdown of a pedestrian on this stretch, and the numbers, if you visit the MTTV, English and from the police command, the numbers they give, in fact, it's terrible.
Akwesi, are you able to tell us how many people have, fallen casualty to these non-existent lights, and then in total, how many traffic lights, or for how long these traffic lights have not been working?
So within the central area of Kasua, we have traffic lights at 9 spots. All these 9 traffic lights are not working, not even a single of them.
And for how long have they not been working?
For over 4 years now, these traffic lights are working. Over 4 years.
Over 10 years?
No, 4 years. 4
Okay,
years.
okay, 4 years. And then could you tell us the number of casualties? if you can? Or you don't have those figures?
What is more concerning is the one at the Wallancy Junction. Because, just as I mentioned earlier, we have a cluster of 50 schools over there. And I was spoke to that. He has seen 5 school children being locked down by visitors at that particular time. There are also a number of agents who have also volunteered.
I'm reading here that the Owutu Senya East Municipal Assembly and the Department of Urban Roads are conducting a joint assessment to identify the root cause of these traffic lights not working and implement solutions. Has that come to your attention, and have they given any timelines, if so?
And according to the MCU, it will take a little while for the team to put together their entire report and make a recommendation. But to quote him exactly, he said very soon. So the MCU has said that very soon we should see the traffic signal come back to life.
Interesting. Akwesi, the National Road Safety Authority, we know, is embarking on an ambitious road safety, awareness. On Tuesday, I was with a team that visited in Koko to assess, the state of our roads with regards to some of these safety concerns. I understand that at the municipal level, they have some people also monitoring the situation there. Have you heard from any official from the National Road Safety Authority with regards to some of the concerns you've raised on this particular report you filed?
We have not heard anything from them. They also different from this urban road safety. So they took from the national headquarters and then joined those at the local here to conduct this very affairs. And look, even as we discussed this pieces of traffic lights, pedestrian safety and all that, from Malam Junction through to Kaswa and beyond, street lights have not been functioning for years. I think it's over 5 or 6 years now. And at night, when you see people trying to cross the road, in fact, it's very dangerous. And as the English Yamam from back stop, that is just before Kaswa, we've recorded several physical lockdowns at that particular spot. Road markings have been totally depleted and they have not been worked on for so many years now. And within the Kaswa municipality itself, on the upper court stretch, the majority of our court stretch, which leads to the assembly office, the street lights have been off for over 1 year. And the same on the baseball city through to Congo Village stretch. The same situation can be said about the Kaswa Central area through to the Union stretch, as well as on the Kaswa New Town area. So totally, almost the entire municipality is in darkness at night.
Akwesi, you've spoken about street lights, you've spoken about road markings. What about, you've spoken about road markings, and then what about street lights? Are they functioning in the Kaswa municipality?
As I mentioned, the street lights have not been functioning. The one on the main road, that is the Kaswa Highway, the lights have been off for over 5 years now. The lights are not functioning. And within the Kaswa municipality itself also, most of the street lights on the major roads, major university roads, are also off. They are currently not functioning.
Amazing. Akwesi, thank you so much for your time and also, shedding light on this really important story. Hopefully, you are able to follow up. We'll try and reach the National Road Safety Authority to, come straight to Kaswa and assess the situation on the line. Maybe you just want to hang in there a bit for us before you go. We've been joined by the MC for the area. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Sunday Breakfast.
Good morning, and very good morning to your cherished listeners. And
yes. Thank you so much for joining us. We are discussing the state of, road safety really within your municipality, and we are being told, according to a report on the ground, that it's fast becoming a death trap for kids, especially due to the lack of road markings to begin with, and also the faulty state of traffic lights. Is this a proper reflection of the issues on the ground?
Thank you so much. We have to clarify the issues on ground. We have some roads in our community or in our municipality that have proper road markings and proper road signs. Then we have these other roads that span through the adjoining constituencies that have not had their road markings yet.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from a place we call Crown Filling Station all the way to Bojiase. That's a new road that was constructed by the previous government. The reasons why they don't have markings on them and then ramps on them is because of a second quote that needs to be done per the contract agreement. They have to get a second quoting on it, and we are told that the contractor is waiting for disbursement from central government to finish that. Nonetheless, the issue about the traffic light, the faulty traffic light, I must say that has been in existence for more than 3 years before I assumed office. My first week in office, I sent you some 3 weeks ago. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Kindly go on.
Yes. My first week in office, some 3 weeks ago, I had to invite the road engineer to come and then give me the real state of our traffic management system within the municipality. I got a report that same day. I wrote to the Ministries of Highway through the RCC to calm down. They are in charge of that. And then the following week, we had a famous traffic light issue protruding through the canopy. After we demolished that, I used the opportunity to dispatch another letter again. And so last week, we were there when we had a call that the ministry will be sending officials to the municipality to assess the situation. And that was because of the 2 letters I had written to them. So we were excited. We met them the following day. We did a comprehensive assessment of all the traffic management system we have here in the municipality. And we got to realize that a few of the management system were absolutely taken away or missing. Those that were there were not functioning as at the time we got there. And we also realized that some of the metal erection or the metal poles that were controlling the lighting or that had either been knocked down by vehicles or just broken down.
Interesting.
So entirely, I can tell you that all the 9 traffic lights that are within the municipality have not been functioning.
Interesting.
Yes,
Mr.
3 years now.
Yes, Mr. Saba, and hopefully you are able to follow through to get government to pay attention to it. But beyond the street lights, really, I'm looking up Kaswa with regards to road, accident issues, right? So in April, for example, there was a fuel tanker, that collided at Tuba Junction. A motorcyclist and a 2-week-old baby also in April. 3 fatality crash on the Kaswa-Winneba Highway in December 2024, which is just about 6 months ago. Another issue really that we see fast becoming a menace in Kaswa, we are being told, is the illegal encroachment. So for example, you have so many people, selling around some of these traffic lights. That's not to say that the reason why it's become faulty, but the illegal encroachment we see in certain parts of the municipality, has also created a road safety concern. Is that really the case? And what is the assembly doing to rectify it?
Okay, so in answering this, I have to clarify. When we are talking about Kaswa municipality, we are talking about Ewutu Senya. Tuba is not Kaswa. Tuba is Kasau. Tuba is English is Otiano, Amount from constituency. And so that is clearly out of my jurisdiction. I will not speak to that. But those under my jurisdiction, I think we have had some discussions, and we have had significant improvements of the illegal encroachment around places that we are not supposed to sell. So I came up to office. I had to make reference to when I came up to office, because it's just recent. We have done so well to make sure that we keep the central business district very. So we started with the decongestion exercise that was geared towards achieving two main goals: the sanitation issue around the the central business district, and then also the decongestion of traders who had previously, prior to my coming in, occupied the lane of the street with their wares. They were selling on the street, they were selling on the pavement. Pedestrians couldn't have access to the pavement. Pedestrians will now have to battle their space through the traders, the vehicles, and all that. So we sustain that, and I can tell you our streets are currently devoid of any form of selling on the card road, and some aspects on the pedestrian road. So we are sustaining the energy by making sure we move them into the traditional market, the old market or the new market, and a satellite market that is able to contain about 1,000 people, 1,000 traders. A satellite market has shared.
When are you planning to move them?
It's ongoing. It's ongoing. We are moving them away from the pavement. They are asking us, you need the idea. We are taking them to the new market. They are refusing to go, and so mostly they do that on the blind side of the municipal tax.
Right, Mr. Saba, when can you give us clear timelines as to when you intend to fix the street lights, the road markings, as well as the traffic lights in your jurisdiction?
The traffic management system, the team, or after the assessment within the week, told us that they were coming to bring some technical officers and their gadgets to come and do another assessment. Then they would send a final report to the ministry. The ministry will come back, get their contractor who is in charge to come and do that. So I cannot speak specifically to the exact timeline or exact day they will be coming. However, I know we are going to mount our pressure on them to make sure that as soon as possible that is then resolved. The road markings, we have also had a security meeting on that to speak to it. Recently, the adjoining for Ewutu Senya West has also placed a call to that effect, which we are looking forward to get the markings and then some road wraps in there to help solve the situation until the contractor comes to finish the second stage, just to make it safe for pedestrians who use that road.
Mr. Saba, thank you so much for your time. We'll be following keenly, but I'll just say that I know for a fact that the National Road Safety is embarking on a road, sensitization program. They've called on, some state agencies, including Highways Authority, the Ministry of Transport, all to work together to ensure that some of these concerns on our roads are fixed. So you can reach out to the Director General, Abraham Amaleba, and I'm sure he'll bring a team to assess the concerns there and follow it up to central government to ensure that some of these concerns are fixed. And also we'll be following very keenly your decongestion exercise to address the issue of traders selling indiscriminately and in unauthorized areas. But thank you so much for your time, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Amazing. So we just heard there Mr. Seth Sabah, who is the MC for the Owutu Senya East Municipality. Early on, we had our colleague in the Channel One newsroom, but in the central region as correspondent, also, throw more light on the situation that we were currently discussing with regards to how the area in the whole municipality, all of the 9 traffic lights at major intersections are not working. And if you care to know, Kaswa is